Hi, Gemini. Okay, so we're gonna get into your September, the full month of September tarot reading. We're gonna do things a little different. This month I'm gonna try out a different method of reading. It's gonna be the same in this particular video, but it's gonna be without the usual oracle deck that I use, which is the Zodiac Oracle deck, and then the Past Life Oracle deck. So these two are gonna be in combination in another video specifically for your zodiac sign, and it'll be more of a telling tarot where I tell you what the actual issue is and maybe how to fix it, getting right to the root. Okay, so this video is going to be just an overall view of what your September will be, just so you can know what's coming up. Okay, and kind of what to expect. Now, excuse me, today is one of them days where I'm just like, I just don't give a fuck enough about life right now to even try to look good. Like, I'm just so relaxed today. Like, I love it. But I still wanted to come and, record for you guys. So I already cleared the deck, so we're just going to shuffle and see what comes out. And we're going to start with the beginning of your September. Beginning of your September for Gemini. Alrighty. Okay. So the base of your energy for the beginning of September, so the part of your life or the energy of the beginning of your September, sorry y'all, we have the Tower card in reverse. So there could be something, an unexpected change that doesn't necessarily have to do with you, but you may feel the aftermath of whatever happens. Okay, so we're gonna get more into that and see what that actually means. So maybe it's problems unraveling or things being brought to the light, or something coming forth that you don't really have any involvement with, but because of whoever you know or because of who you are, you may have to deal with the consequences as well. So let's see. Hopefully that didn't sound too scary. So we have the King of Swords here. So the King of Swords, we know, is an air sign, generally a male, but this could also be female. So Gemini, Libra, or an Aquarius. This is a person who is very, very meticulous, and they're not always meticulous, but the way that they think is very methodical. So they do everything at a calculated move, and it's not, they don't just do things, without thinking it through. So they're very calculated, and they can be manipulative, but since this person is upright, I do believe that they have good intentions, and they want to see, things happen for the greater good. And they want to be able to, move through life in an air-like quality without, burning bridges or, doing things to destroy other people's lives. I do think they have good intentions. So that could be you, Gemini. Let's see if I can get some more information on who this person is. This could also be a person who is very, they understand themselves as a person. Now, this person also, we have 9 of Wands in reverse. So it seems as though they have what they need, but they're not ready. Or they could be ready, but they don't have what they need. It simply depends on, the person. So maybe this person is ready to start on a new journey, because we have the Fool card here. And they feel, ready to take on whatever this emotional, they feel like it's a good thing. They feel like it's something that they can actually do. But in reality, it might not be something that their soul really wants at the time or at the moment. And it doesn't look like it's going to work out because of secrets, and it just looks like something's going to be brought to the light dealing with this person. So, is this you? Let's go on and see more. 5 of Pentacles in reverse. Uh-oh, if I can pick up the card. 5 of Pentacles in reverse. For some, this could be access denied. Maybe you are trying to get some type of advice or some help, whether it be financial help or whether it be about, I don't know, maybe you praying and you're not getting what you want. Maybe you doing some spells if that's what you do and not getting the results that you want. King of Wands. So what I'm thinking is, a person who we will see more of. A person maybe from your past, or maybe an ex, or maybe someone that you finally gotten over. Or this could be a fire sign, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. This person has, a natural leadership quality about them, and they're really playful, or they may be, fun to be around, life of the party, but at the same time they're very, very smart, and they're artistic, and they're very creative. So either this person has become that because they've asked for, how should they be, or how should they what should they do in their lives, and whether they got an answer, or maybe they got rejected, or they didn't get an answer they were looking for, so they just themselves had to become more of a go-getter attitude, which is also fire sign, like qualities. So again, I'm still confused on what's going on. So looking at your spread so far, it seems to be that there's an undertone of fire. So to me, there's an undertone of drive. There's a motive here. And just, shuffling, as soon as I said motive, we have the Justice card in reverse. So is there some, imbalance? I'm not really sure. Maybe someone felt like they weren't justified in what they got, what they received from some type of situation. And so now they feel like they have to take matters into their own hands. And then we move to the Five of Cups energy here. So basically being uninspired, kind of sad, bland almost, because of something that comes out, some type of lie or deception. And it comes out, and I believe that you did not have anything to do with this. And I think that actually it was done to you for once, Gemini. I don't think that you were the one who committed this. Someone looking at too many things at once, maybe. Or maybe you trying to do too many things at one time. Gemini, that's kind of a quality that I would say. Well, at least, maybe not Gemini sun signs, but I'm Gemini rising, so I definitely embody a lot of Gemini qualities. So I can definitely say sometimes when you are looking at too many things at once, whether it be in, business or schools or, I don't know, hobbies, whatever it is, it seems to be that, Geminis have a tendency to just want to do everything. Or at least once they learn something, it's like, okay, what's next? So I feel like that's what happened. And, let me just look at the cards. Okay, so it seemed like you were working on yourself, right? Maybe you were holding in some, maybe saving, and so you didn't really have time to focus on emotions. I feel like you were more focused on what you have and what you want to obtain. And then maybe you got some truth. The truth came in, maybe that deception, that lie that you found out about. But I feel like you're over it. You're so over the fact of being sad that it kind of turned you cold to this person. Queen of Swords in reverse is a really, really distant person. I don't feel like this is something that anyone can make you feel different about, though. I really feel like this is about you and what you want. So with that being said, that's a really, really powerful position to be in. Let's go ahead and move into the middle of your September. So far, I'm a little confused, I'm not gonna lie. So, but I mean, it's kind of hard to know the full story of a Gemini, or at least what they're going through, until you get into, like, the full story, because there's always like 3-4 different sides, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna keep, just reading and see how I feel. But I definitely feel that there's some type of, I actually don't think you did this. I feel like this was done to you, but I feel like I'm gonna have to tell you to not get too crazy, or to not do the wrong thing, you know what I mean? But for some of you, you might be moving past some of these feelings that you have, which is awesome. So hold on, let me adjust my cards so I can have room. Okay. So the energy for the middle of your September, we have the Devil card. So a Capricorn could be here, or this could be about finances and work, or things that you are constantly working on. This could be something that you feel passionate about, or it could just simply be something that you have to do, such as a job or working out. So something that you do. So we're going to get more into it to see what this is actually about, but it has to be something that has a double side to it, okay? So we're starting off with the High Priestess. Now, as I always say, the High Priestess is one of my favorite cards, and it really only comes up, at least for me, when I read, when there's something that needs to be addressed, and something that is, it's upright, so it's something that you definitely already know. And, you know, this kind of, what am I trying to say? The High Priestess, the qualities and learning about it definitely gives me Gemini vibes. You know, but it's because it shows you the double meanings and the double sides of things. And so there's a sense of clarity that comes with the High Priestess. So even if you feel as though you are broken or sad or maybe unappreciated, when you have the High Priestess, whatever you found out, no matter how much it hurts you, you are at a point where you see things for what they are. And it doesn't mean that it doesn't hurt, but you are one step ahead, because once you know, you can do better. You can do more things. You have a bigger platform for your mind, you know, to create, because you know something else. You know, knowledge is knowing and, you know, getting to something. Knowledge. So I feel like you're going to understand, you're going to have clarity, but it might come with a battle. You might have to go through some arguing, or you might have to be, you know, compete against something, or maybe battle verbally with someone. But that doesn't mean it has to be, you know, it doesn't have to get out of hand. So you can have, you know, an adult talk or a discussion about something, and it can stay where you need it to stay. It doesn't have to escalate if you don't want it to. If this has to do with work, this card, actually, the Five of Wands, is good, actually, if this is involving your work. This means that you're going to be competing for maybe a raise, or maybe just more acknowledgement. Whatever it is, it's some type of progression or improvement in the workspace because of you putting in more work, or you competing for a higher position. Ten of Cups in reverse. I feel like you guys are not seeing your blessings, or you may not be appreciating them if they are in your life. You could be the blessing for someone else, and maybe they're not appreciating you. Let's go ahead and see. Ten of Cups in reverse. Okay. Four of Swords. So you're not putting it to rest. You're trying to do something about it. And I feel like you almost won't let it go. Maybe you feel like you didn't get your full prize, or you felt like you were cheated. Yeah, it was an unexpected change, and you're like, I thought everything was okay. And what you found out is, yeah, everything seemed okay, but then when it came down to it, it wasn't. But I feel like that was a blessing in disguise for you to really put yourself into action, for you to really use what's around you, and then, you know, be able to be at that level of maintaining material possessions at your own worth and what you really feel like represents you as a person. Knight of Wands in reverse. So someone moved too fast. Someone did something way too quick. Made a decision maybe not make a decision, but they took action too fast. But essentially, if you take action on something, you made a decision to commit to physically doing something, right? So what did we commit to? What happened? Again, with that fire energy, staying consistent throughout your reading. Ten of Swords in reverse. Betrayal. Something that needed to be moved on from. Something that you can't even fathom that, you know, you're still trying to deal with. So say, for example, someone did the thing that you felt is the most disrespectful thing that someone can do to you, or something that you always said that would never happen to me. But it happened, and now you're stuck thinking, why did this happen to me? How did this happen to me? And so instead of you moving on like you said you would do in the past, you're like, if that ever happened, I would never think about that person again. I would never deal with that again. I would never work at that job again. But then now it really happened, and now you're seeing like, whoa, I need to do some figuring out, because either one, if you're a Gemini who wants revenge, then you want that, or two, you may be a Gemini who wants to understand what the fuck went wrong so it doesn't happen again, or three, you're just like lost, and you're just going through it, you're just going through the motions. You understand? So at the end of the day, you focusing on that, or you taking action and trying to rectify whatever went wrong. That's not what your goal should be right now. That's not what your soul's intent is. Right now, you should be enjoying your life. You should be enjoying your friends and family. You know, you don't want to indulge, but you should be showing yourself and whoever else how you really feel about the situation. What is your verdict? How do you really feel about what happened? What went down? What occurred? I feel like you're actually the victim in this situation. So I feel like you have all the control because this unexpected change was on their end. They did this. So now it's not necessarily fair because you have more leverage. You have way more say in, you know, if they really care, you know, or if this is a job, you have way more leverage because you get to speak up and say what you want for once, right? So nonetheless, this could be really good or this could go really wrong. This is a person who could be really, really hard to calm down if they do have a chance where they can show their power, or, you know, just think things through. The whole point of that is to think things through. In the middle of September, you will have realizations that like maybe spark some type of it's gonna spark something in you that either will push you in a negative way or in a positive way, but it's up to you. Okay, so keep that in mind. The end of September. Okay. Alrighty, so the energy for the end of your September. Six of Swords in reverse. So for some, we may have some car troubles if we're just keeping it on an earthly realm. For others, in love, this could be not communicating well, not receiving and giving messages correctly. Maybe even trouble with communication, like with a phone or email or however you communicate with someone. If this is at work, you could have trouble getting there. This could be just simply because of like weather, you know. Or it could be a time where you feel like you're backtracking, you feel like you're not progressing in work. Or you may feel like you're left out, or you feel like the person who usually, you know, is there to help you out, you know, in life or just in your family or whatever it may be, you may feel like they're just not there. Spiritually, this could also be a time where you feel like you have to learn how to do things on your own. So for a lot of you, you may feel like you're getting thrown out into the water, thrown out to the woods, right? So we start off with the Six of Cups here. So this is really good energy. This is memories and nostalgia. This could be a karmic person or a karmic event that you remember, or they may come back to you. This could be a karmic person in this life, you know, or a past life. Or if they are part of this life, this is probably an ex or someone who you actually didn't end bad with. And, you know, you guys may just hang out, or you could actually, you know, get back into some romantic you know, nostalgic energy. So let's go ahead and clarify. Okay, so it seems to me that whatever this nostalgia or this karmic energy is, it has you kind of stuck not looking at the future. So whatever this memory has to deal with, and it could be a person that you still love dearly, or this could be like a family member that, you know, you're not over thinking about, or maybe a time in your life that you're not thinking about, but it's blocking you from knowing what's going on now. And I feel like it's also making it hard for you to balance your real life, or maybe your finances or your love life. There's some imbalance in your life, and it's because you're still too focused on the nostalgic memories or that past person that may be coming back. So if it's a person that comes back, you're too focused on them, and it's going to cause you to not see your real blessing, or it's going to cause you to go back and make the wrong decisions. If this is a job situation, you may have a reoccurrence in something that you used to do, and you're like, hey, I should go back into that workforce. But it may not be what's going to make you progress as a person, or progress in your career. So just feel it out, and also keep in mind that the Two of Pentacles is also about the person determining, and the person, you know, weighing the odds and weighing what their priorities are. So you have to shape that yourself, Gemini. This spread in itself seems to show that you have all the power, even when it's dealing with other people in your life, like the relationships, the job affairs, things like that. It seems like you have a lot of control this month, so you really need to make sure you're in a good space, because this could make or break a lot of the rest of your year, or, you know, who knows what else, depending on what transits are happening and what's going on in, you know, in the world and in your life. So just keep that in mind. Okay, so it seems as though some person here maybe wasn't feeling nurtured, or they felt like they weren't getting enough attention, or they weren't getting cared for, or you may have felt like you or someone else in your life around you felt like their surroundings or their environment wasn't up to par. Or this could be also a person that's like a motherly figure or an older maternal figure in your life, who just may not be on the right page with you. But I feel like you're comfortable with that, like emotionally you're okay with that. And I also think it's because you've seen it from a different perspective, and now you're like, you've made your decision on how you want to feel about it. You've made your decision on if it's worth, you know, caring about. And I think you're finally emotionally comfortable with, you know, feeling however it is that you feel. Last but not least, we have the Four of Pentacles in reverse. So this may be a time where you are being greedy, or someone is wanting more and more and more. This could be you in a job sense where you just want more and more and more hours. This could be, you know, maybe you overspending because you just want a whole bunch of material things. This could also be someone overtelling or speaking too much, or telling secrets, or, you know, it's someone who's doing way too much, either being greedy, maybe even being shallow because they only care about their possessions. Yes, so someone, we have Strength in reverse. Someone that could get hurt. Someone who could actually make you feel like you aren't safe. They could make you feel like insecure about some things, you know? Hold on, we have some more cards. Let me shuffle some more. What else about this Four of Pentacles in reverse? Okay, so if this is involving work, your job is going to be speeding up. So if you're an entrepreneur, you're going to be making a lot more money. You're going to be doing things where you need to keep up with the herd. And it's like you're either going to be able to ride it out, or you're going to get, you know, caught up, and it's not going to be good for you. And it's only going to benefit you if you're strong enough to keep up with it. So we ended off with the Emperor. Authority, learning, self-realization, self-motivation, and delegating your world the way you want it to be held, or, you know, conducted. There's a lot of energy here. I do see that there's an undertone of fire here, mostly in the beginning and the middle of September. So I would advise you to, if you know your chart, that you know, you probably are already looking into what you need to know. Let me know if you have questions on your chart, or if you just need to know what's going on, or if you need a personal reading. There's a lot of heavy energy, or a lot of things that are already set in stone. We had a lot of major arcana throughout the spread. And it is going to start getting quick for you probably in the middle of September. And then towards the end, it's going to be just kind of mental strength, I would say. Mental strength. And then focusing on the coin. Like, that's what's going to carry you into Libra season. Focus on the coin, especially towards the end of September. But I would say now even, you know, stay consistent with that, so you can already be on your roll by the end of September, because that's when it's going to shift to, you know, finances for you. Okay, Gemini? And I know you care about your finances. So that has been it. If you would like a reading, let me know. Just message me. If you add me on the channel's Instagram page that I have it linked down below, if you go add me on there and follow me, then I'll give you 50% off on your reading, and they're already cheap, so it'll be like a super cheap reading. Also, if you just want like a your question answer, whatever, just let me know. Leave a like and a comment and subscribe if you want to. I'm Love from a Leo, and if I'm not your favorite Leo, one day I will be. And until next time, Gemini, I will see you very, very soon.